on the low, I don't talk a lot. You talk more shit than the beauty shop. We can get it poppin' like the parking lot. We can get it poppin' like the parking lot.
Yo, what's up, peoples? It's your girl, Miss Phenom.
And it's your girl, Bonnie Stone.
And we welcome you back to Question the Culture, baby. We got a dope episode for you today, and we can't wait for y'all to get it in with us. So get your poisons of your pleasure, because we jumping right into this thing today. She's popping. I got the whip behind me. You gotta love it. You feel me? So first up, say it with me. You know what we about to do. Honorable mentions. First thing up, Waka Flocka. We gonna show some love to this brother who went back to school, got his honorary doctorate degree in philanthropy and humanitarianism, and is making a way for his peers. You got young Little Yachty, you got academics, you got quite a few people in the hip hop world giving him props and even thinking about going back to school for themselves. So we appreciate that he's being a positive force for his people. Next up, Mayor Eric Garcetti joined Gavin Newsom to announce that the city of Los Angeles has been granted nearly $40 million to create housing for homeless people. Now, this is for the Homestake Initiative, and they've submitted at least 16 applications for properties, and if approved, they're looking to establish at least 1,100 units throughout California. That's what I'm talking about. So that's what we want to see more of. Next up, speaking of politics, your mans has decided to cancel the presidential debate for October 15th because he refused to do it virtually. The president said he's been cleared and he doesn't want to be succumbed to having to do it virtually. So October 22nd, they plan on meeting face-to-face in person for the next presidential debate. Dainjamental, who you may know from Shark Tank or even Fubu, has decided to pick Black entrepreneurs and provide $25,000 in grants. He feels like we need to be building businesses, not burning them. I get it. Let's do it. That's all I got for the honorable mentions, B Stone. What's up?
All right, cool. Ain't shit going on. You know me, celebrating life.
That's what I talk about. Same here.
What I do.
Living with the sun, and I'm enjoying this life right now. And sips up.
Sips up, man. Let's jump right into it. So, you know us, we're hip hop to the soul. So today's hot topic question of the day is, why has the evolution of hip hop come to a standstill?
Well, being someone that lives in the essence of hip hop and old school, we enjoyed watching, you know, the political to the party and bullshit, to the thug, to the sexy and the classy, to the roughneck chicks. Like, we loved watching all of that. And you're right. Now it seems like we're stuck in this, it's either trap sounds or very bubblegum. And I feel like the creativity somewhere along the line has gotten hindered because it's so much more about the money and the perception. I think a lot to do with this social media and how accessible people are to everyday life of what's going on in these celebrities, that they start focusing on the art and they care more about what's going on in the person's life. So people are more focused on the wrong thing when it comes to their craft. They're not focused on taking their time to be creative, taking their time to expand and really look within themselves about the growth and change they're making in life. They're just, you know, just putting what people want to see, flaunting dollars and money, and everyone's encouraging it. When I say everyone, I'm talking about the people that's in charge and the people that are really in charge, which are us, the people that listen to the music. We're not holding them as accountable as we should be. Like, yo, nah, we want to hear something different on the radio. Like, we do that. We used to be able to call in and request what we wanted to hear. It's not like that.
I think the more that they let people into the culture, the more diluted it became, you know, so I agree with you. I think now it's so worldly. Everybody thinks they could do it. Everybody thinks they have a voice. Hip hop used to be sacred. You know, it used to be a culture, the MC, the DJ, the graffiti, the B-boy. And only, you know, you would have to run outside to go see it or catch a freestyle in the park and be like, yo, they're doing, you know what I'm saying, doing this and doing that. So yeah, I think it just became like super, super diluted, you know, and now there's, and people don't listen to lyrics anymore. I think a large part of it is once kind of like the South kind of got involved and people became more focused on cadence and dancing and how it makes you feel, the lyrics kind of went out of the window. You know what I mean? Like,
I can't blame the South. Really.
I don't blame the South. I just feel like people,
it has some lyrical people that came out the South.
Yeah, but the more it became sing-along, more jingles, more dancing, more people, I think people were more accepted to that because I even equated to like reggae music, right? So people, they love like Sean Paul and it's just like, or Shaggy. It's like, those are your reggae artists you choose? Because they're more, you know, it's more friendly. And then the radio, that's what they push. You know what I'm saying? They just push what's going to sell. And it's right. People, and they have fallen in love with the lifestyle more than the lyrics or the heartfelt shit.
There was a point where it didn't even have to do with the sing-along. It was just about the beat. Like, people know what the song was, whether it was sing-alongish or not. It became about the producer, who produced the beat. So even then, I was like, okay, that's an evolution, a little, you know, a sense of an evolution where we're giving a lot of highlight to the producer. Because, you know, sometimes the back end don't get all the props. So I wasn't mad at that also. But then, like you said, it got stuck.
Yeah, it got stuck. And like I said, it just became oversaturated. Like everybody thinks they could do it and they choose who they want to highlight and promote. And it's like, yo, you could be the illest MC. They don't want to hear it. And then you have somebody like Trinidad James, Gold All in my watch.
Okay, so question, do you see the reign of Cardi B as problematic?
Yep. Because I don't like the agenda that they push with her either. The agenda is sex. And I feel like ever since Little Kim came out, like it was a dope concept at that time, but motherfuckers just can't let it go. You know, it's like, all right, cool. But we're more than that. We can get lyrical. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be just,
I mean, it's there. It just doesn't get highlighted.
But the funny thing is, I don't think people, their attention spans are a little different too. So people don't even want to take the time to listen to what people are saying. And, you know, the new project that I'm working on doesn't sound anything like my last project. My last project, I made it so it was kind of more worldly received, right? And somebody like this producer hit me up in Paris and he's like, wow, this is really worldly. Like, because he was used to hearing like silence. He had heard silence first. So this album, you know, I'm doing with Danny Colasio, and he works heavy with Ghostface. So this is very just a different sound. So if you're familiar with any of the Wu sound, it's kind of like that. Or if you're familiar with Ghostface's last album, it's very gritty. So I don't know how people are going to take it, because they're going to put it in, they're going to be like, well, I can't go to the gym with this, or I can't. Because I feel like sometimes the music they like, it's almost like mood music now.
Like you have the emo, trap, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, let's get a third opinion.
Let's do that. Who we got on deck for today? Dainjamental, what's going on? So, welcome to Question the Culture, Dainjamental. How you feeling?
Crazy busy as usual. 10 days off in the past 10 months.
Let people know your record. Let them know who you is. How you got down in the music industry.
Oh boy, so much. All right. Started in 1991. Got my name Dainjamental from RZA from Wu-Tang Clan and his brother Nine Prince. My old name was Rebel Danger. I will give them beats, and I'm from Staten Island, by the way, and they'd be like, "Rebel, this ain't no instrumental, man. This is a Dainjamental." It was always like a nickname. So kind of took on that name probably about 2001 as Dainjamental, but people back in the days know me as Rebel Danger. Been in different groups, signed deals with Profile in '92, Warner Brothers in '95. I forgot the label in 2000. That label went out of business too. Moved to Japan with another label. Did a lot of music over in Japan. Lived there for like 2 years. Came back to New York. 13 albums in stores from 1994 to 2013. New album in the works. Classic one. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I also do dub plate recording sessions. I'm not too sure if people are familiar with dub plates, but it's just like a re-recording of the original song dedicated to a specific DJ. But it also could be used for businesses, like if you have a clothing line or whatever, you might want the artist to do a song endorsing your clothing line, but it has to be like really a song that people know, obviously.
Right.
Catchy, right? And then I also do road management. I did road management for this soca artist named Linky First, who was the biggest artist of 2017 with a hit called Rock and Camine. Then road managed Prince Swanee, who's still the current biggest dance artist from Trinidad, like over 30 songs with over 1 million views each. And now I'm road manager for Prayer, Conglomerate, Busta Rhymes artist, you know what I mean? So man of many jackets. And then I produce as well. It's kind of hard to keep up with everything, you know what I mean?
No, you dope, and I will attest to you being one of the dopest engineers I'm able to work with. So much love.
Definitely.
Thank you for coming in today.
So our question is, we know that you have an extensive record. So we want to know why you think the evolution of hip hop has come to a standstill. Because as you know, everything kind of sounds the same. Everybody has the same flow. The majority of the beats all sound the same, and it's like one formula fits all. So what do you think happened that we're just stuck in this same rut of monotony in hip hop? And I hate even calling it hip hop because I feel like it needs a whole nother genre of itself. But why do you feel like, first of all, let me ask, do you think it's come to a standstill, or do you think it's still evolving?
No, it's not a standstill. Not a standstill. And hip hop is not dead, as people say. But here's the thing: as I'm no bragging rights or anything, but as I work with so many genres like heavily, a lot of people are just really hip hop producers. Some really work with R&B, but I work with like soca music very heavy. I work with dancehall and reggae very heavy, and hip hop as well, and Afrobeat. It's going on in all the genres. Dancehall is having the same exact problem. So, I work with the Spraga Bens and the Buju Bantons. They're saying the same thing. Everything sounds the same today. The same thing I hear from all the 1990s artists. You know what I mean? Soca music, same thing from the old school artists. Everything is drink a rum, wave your rod. You know what I mean? Same. So it's just part of life, as I put it, because coming up in the 90s, you couldn't get me to listen to Furious 5 and Coke Crush Brothers. It was just too old school for that generation.
but don't you think that they all sounded the same? Because I think the 80s rappers all sound the same. Broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the stairs. Just don't care.
So
they all sounded, I feel like when the 90s came, we had such a plethora of artists. And now we're resorting back to everybody sounding the same.
This is that thing called life, that cycle. You know what I mean? So 90s.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
90s was when people got creative. Remember, if something is brand new, you're now in the experimental stage. So hip hop from the 70s, because I'm very close to Cold Crush Brothers and that era. So they taught me a lot. I was like that person who's around them asking a million questions. Who's the first rapper? Who's the first dancer? Who's the first group to say, let's battle you? You know what I mean? So I used to actually go to schools and do seminars and teach kids about hip hop. And like I said, when I work with guys like that from that era, who you think a rapper from the 70s and the early 80s, best rapper from the Wu-Tang would be? Not who we like. Ghostface is my best.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
They would say the RZA or Jizza.
Nah, who got that old school flow out of all of them?
RZA.
No.
Old dirty bastard. Hello. that's who they like the best. He rap like an old school dude, you know what I'm saying? With his own planet. Remember, he was in the planet by himself. But he had the old school flow. Jacques Cousteau could never get this flow. Coming on this shit. That's that old school shit. They like him. So when I was around them, I'm like, oh, there's your best? Meth? With that flow? No. So it's like that generation gap now. We come in an era where we like what we came from. These kids, unfortunately, this is their era, and they like where they came from. So I can't really knock them or bash them. Unfortunately, as Black people, we just don't really do much work on history. Remember, the culture's outside. Our history months. So these kids today, they not really learning what Nas and them did. They just into their era. So sometimes, if you don't study what came before you, you're gonna be in what's in that era now.
But listen to what I'm trying to say though, because you keep saying what they're stuck in their thing. But do you agree that all this shit sounds the same?
Of course, yeah.
So then it's not evolving if it sounds the same.
No, but it's a cycle. This is just a time now. It's going to change. Remember when there was a time when Screw was coming in, right? Screw. Remember Screw music?
Oh, Chopped and Screwed. Chopped and Screwed.
Oh, Chopped and Screwed. Yes.
Everything sounds slow. You know what I mean? Remember when Lil Wayne and them was coming up? We look at that shit was whack. When they was first coming out, that was not, there was keyboard beats and their New Orleans shit. Then that phase went to. Remember you had the trap era. But now we in drill, right? Trap different from drill.
Yeah, but even with that being said, when Lil Wayne when Lil Wayne and Cash Money came out, we still had different sounds. Everybody is just running with this sound. I can't turn on the radio and not hear somebody singing. I feel like right now it's at a standstill because there's no balance.
All right, so here's the thing. That's if you listen to radio.
And I don't.
That's what I was saying, because I said it exists, but they just don't highlight it, so we don't see it. But it exists.
I listen to Griselda and all that, Ito, and so there's so much stuff that's there. It's just not on the radio. And there's people like me who just don't listen to the radio. There's a lot of people like me. A lot of people. I really don't know people that actually listen to radio. Honestly, they listen to Sirius XM or they go on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So you hearing the same thing over and over. That's what you hear, and if you were a radio listener, we just in
but even on the radio, but even in the radio back in the day, they used to have a variety of stuff.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean,
so why do we have to outsource now? Like I have to go find when the radio was the one where you turn it on in the morning or the afternoon when you got off the bus or when you got off of work, and you heard a plethora of music.
Because I feel like back then, it was the people who had more control. Like back then, we were doing call-ins. Back then, we were in charge of who got that spin on the radio. Yeah, you got payola where people pay to get stuff spin, but they were catering to us. Now, the agenda has changed. It's not about what do the people want. It's about what's making me more money, and that's what we're going to keep running through. The power, the balance of power or the perception of where the power is where the issue is. Back then, we all felt like we had the power. We're like, yo, we want to hear that Nas track. We call in the radio station 10 times, and then they go play that Nas track, and Flex is going to put 10 bombs on it, and we going to get what we want. Like, they want us to do this? Nah, we're not going to follow what the label wants. We're going to do our own thing, and whether we got to go independent or not, we're going to stay true to our craft. That passion, that respect for the crafts is missing in these young artists. And like Danger said, it may have a little bit to do with knowing your history, because the artists that we liked, they knew their history. So they knew coming in, we got a certain standard to uphold. We want to
I think back then they were doing that shit too. It's all a game what they play. I just feel like, to be quite honest with you, they let so many goddamn vultures in that they don't know what is authentic anymore. It's too many vultures. So then they go, okay. So the vultures are like, damn, don't make me start naming no names now. All these new rappers, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna do that. But I feel like they said, okay, like I went back earlier, I'll run the Trinidad James just because he's no longer with us, or the Soldier Boys, and because shit really started with Soldier Boy. if we really want to get technical. He went on, oh, and did all that corny shit. And it never changed from then on. And everybody at home who had the internet said, I could do this.
But that's what changed. You're asking what's the difference? The difference is everybody had to depend on the people. They had to go on the streets and get the people to do this stuff. They don't got to do that. Everything is YouTube. As long as people come my joint, I get views. So the accessibility to music is different, meaning what I need to do to get you to listen changes, which also what I use to make sell, I'm a change. You know what I'm saying? I used to rhyme like common sense. Started making 5 years, I rhyme like common sense. Like they took that bar and ran with it in the social media. And I think that's what happened. If we really look at it, I think it was the accessibility and what it took to get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just too many vultures. So Danger, what do you see happening in the future with hip hop and how it's gonna go evolve again? Because you did say that everything's a cycle. So what do you think the next wave is going to be? What are you predicting the next cycle will be?
But everything, the sound eventually gets tired. And, you know what I mean? It's going to take like a new sound. Let us pop up again with a new title of this type of hip hop. This page and something. I mean,
so you don't feel like we're ever going to get back to that era of when we turn on the radio, we hear Nas is like, you know what I'm saying? You feel like there has to be a whole sound the same way there was a whole new trap sound, the way there was a whole new chop and screw. You feel like there's no such thing as us, because everybody is banking, like my era is banking on, like you said, the cycle of life, where the underground or what is considered underground is going to start being the mainstream again. But it sounds like you're saying, nah, it's just going to have to have a whole new sound that people will actually have to. And that's the true evolution of it.
What got popular in the last 10 years compared to the 1990s and 1980s?
Dancing, dance moves.
No, dancing was in the 90s. It was all about the dancing.
Not dancing, strip clubs.
Dude, he said strip clubs.
Right. And here's why I bring up that point now. Now, this music that's set right now, this was also to dumb down Black people, because strippers, not saying they're all not highly educated, but I think if a woman is highly educated, she would not exploit herself in that form to make money. Because a woman is so powerful on planet Earth. They all have the weakness of the man. So a woman has to know her worth. And this is the music that strippers groove into, the drill and trap. You play fucking Griselda, you think they know how to fucking twerk to a Griselda beat? They don't know what, you know what I'm saying? They can't. That's what I'm saying. So I play stuff for these young people, they don't know how to nod their head like this no more. They're accustomed to, you know what I mean? So when they hear real hip hop, they can't get into it, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's not really going to change. It's just the change is going to come. Now, it might not even be real hip hop, because Griselda and them, they do their thing. But most of their views, the highest view is probably about 3 million. Compared to Rat 9, you know, putting out stuff and, you know, getting 300 million views. You know what I'm saying? So as big as Griselda is looking, that's just us, the hungry ones, who's feeding to hear that real hip hop again. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see Shay know, because she's part of that movement. She does that real hip hop just like both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know, but it's not going to just come back real hip hop, because of the strip clubs has a major thing to do with this right now. Majorly. Strippers want to hear music they could twerk their asses to. They can't. It's a different.
So basically, you saying who's controlling hip hop right now is the strippers.
Yeah, yeah. And Cardi B is the ringleader.
I brought up Cardi B before you came in, and I was and that's why I asked, because I said the biggest names that you see right now with women in music or men in music, it's either strippers or men who's talking about
on drugs. They're drug addicts and prostitutes. And that's what the white man wants to promote to our young Black children, and I'm tired of it.
Promote sipping on whatever liquids they sip on, kill each other off. What group came out with that song that changed hip hop in '92?
NWA, probably.
No. NWA was already there. This is after the meeting now. They was there before.
After the meeting. I don't remember. Go ahead, tell me. I'm gonna need a minute. Yep, Onyx. Yep.
That was one of the groups that was designed for that. Remember?
Yep.
Onyx in 1990 was on jazz hip hop beats, sang nothing like before. Never even screamed a note. This was designed. All right. But when they put Onyx now, bald heads. Remember, these kids even had balls. It was bald. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they had bald heads. They wore all black. Go ahead, continue. And the black suits were like jail suits. But anyways, go ahead.
You bring that in now, and me growing up the same way, I'm like, oh shit, this is the shit. These niggas screaming at the top of their lungs. They fucking angry as fuck. Kill niggas. Kill NIGGERS. Can
I butt in just a little bit? And I don't mean to cut you off because I love the story, but I want to also highlight that malt liquor had a lot to do with this shit too.
Oh, yeah, that's
go ahead.
Yeah, remember Ice Cube?
The malt liquor was detrimental to our community. That malt liquor made niggas go crazy and.
I'm pretty sure Ice Cube really regrets those St. Ides commercials back then.
Absolutely. A lot of them did, but continue.
All right, so you bring in Onyx. Then we have Mobb Deep. But Mobb Deep really premiered in 1991 with Red Alert. Regular shit. And then they come back more with a darker tone. But if you remember, Mobb Deep first album was produced by Lost Professor, and there was 1 or 2 tracks from DJ Premier. The second time around, it was really heavy, and they had to bring that dark sound to hip hop. You know what I mean? And you know, labels like me when I got signed, I remember straight up exactly what they told us. I mean, this symbol is going to be a music video. You're going to have black and white checkered floors for the video. I'm like, for what?
Oh, they straight up told you that off the rip.
Yeah, they tell you straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're young, you hear like, oh shit, that's cool. All right, yeah. You don't know what the.
Well, you're impressionable, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and you're catching up black people that didn't have money. My first deal, I ain't gonna say it was crazy, but we got 120,000. It was 60,000 a piece, and then I didn't know Uncle Sam take 39%. But I'm in high school.
Well, yeah, but what year was that? Because that sounds like a great deal.
1992.
That's a great deal. $60,000 in 92.
That's small. Oh, I bought studio equipment, and my partner. We bought a Pathfinder, and he bought.
You can't tell me that $60,000 in high school in 92 wasn't a lot of money. It was.
Uncle Sam had something to do with that 60. He didn't get 60.
How much money did you get out of pocket? Because if you're telling me anything over 20,000, you came up in high school.
Well, okay, all right, okay. We got 41,000.
In 92, you came up.
Yeah, we were 17 years old. So I just said.
It's just that you ended up spending it on.
I mean, now now it's kind of like, But even look at Megan Thee Stallion. She said she got what was it, $10,000-$15,000 from Carl to sign, and that's now.
These times is different. I mean, but remember '92 budgets was like $1 million to $3 million. It was ridiculous back then. So to $120,000 deal was a crackhead deal because we were reggae artists.
So with you saying that this was going on in 92, right?
Yeah.
Now we're at 2020, and the question being asked is, why are we creatively stuck? Why are we stuck in this space with hip hop? Based on what we've just been discussing about how they are molding their artists, but like you told me, they told you exactly what they expected from you before you even shot a video. So at this moment, can we say that the state of hip hop is because there was still a balance of power in the 90s, but at this point in time, we've given all the power to the other power. So it's like the creativity may not be stuck by the creator, which is the artist. The creativity is stuck by the person who said, this is the agenda we want to push, and we don't give a fuck what else is going on.
Yeah, but we know that. Well, but I'm just saying.
But I'm saying, well, then that's.
But no, but this is what I'm trying to. Nah, but this is the deal though, because it's just like what he said before. He doesn't listen to the radio. We have Sirius Radio. We have all these different outlets, but still, people are still gravitating towards just one sound, and these artists feel compelled to just come out with the same shit that everybody else comes out with. We're
That's
like,
the thing you're
this
saying,
thing
you're
wanted
using
to
the
sound
word-
different.
Right,
Everybody wanted to sound different. Nobody wants to sound different anymore.
Right, but you're using the word they feel compelled to do this. And that's what I'm saying. That when everybody wanted to sound different, maybe the playing field was still a little bit more leveled in the space that we're at.
I don't think so. I'm going to go blame the culture vultures.
All right,
I'm gonna blame
Who you blaming, Fee? Because I'm blaming the vultures.
I'm blaming the artists who are not standing, holding themselves accountable for the power they have of their own crafts, and they're allowing people to tell them, nah, this is what sells. No, this is what we want to hear. No, this is the image we want to push. And if you want to be sounding out,
I like that.
Get this money, then that's what you're gonna do. So back in the 90s, everybody wanted to be their own man. So that's what the radio was playing, and the people just ate it up.
So we need to put the onus back on the artists. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
We should do a strike.
yes.
But what I'm trying to say is all these artists want to sound like each other, and they all give each other. Let me shut up.
So the onus is on. I'll do it. The onus is, but then if that's the case, the onus is still on the artist.
Facts.
The onus is
And
still
the
on the
vote.
artist.
And you know what? Hold on, because we're on to something. These artists are vultures. That's what the fucking problem is. All these goddamn artists are vultures. Y'all don't want to be original, and you're stinking up the hip hop community. And get the fuck out of here.
Boom.
Damn,
Straight like that.
That's an angry black woman right now.
Oh, don't you do that.
All right, so I'm listening to Amani Caesar. I saw her first stuff released was like 2011, and it was like more like drill into trap into the drill era. And listen to the lyrics. She was a stripper, also, from that lineage there. And her flow and everything, and she kind of reminds me of like Eve, and she has a very popular commercial type flow and a certain swag how she raps. Now, she signed to Griselda, and she's on those real dungeon, grimy ass beats. Like, Griselda is as dungeon as they get. You know what I'm saying? It's like, sometimes, I checked out all of their stuff, and I think between all three members, they have 58 releases right now, if I'm right. It could be 58, 59, which is crazy. 58 or 59 releases. This is albums and mixtapes combined. So Amani Caesar's on, an album just came out. Most people have no clue unless you're following that movement. You know what I'm saying? I just check everything on iTunes every midnight on a Friday. I literally check to see what's out. That's why I listen to all these kids sounding like, and there's a million of them. And then I listen to whatever real hip hop. I'll be praying, I hope one real hip hop album came out. So I check all that stuff out. So I listen to her album, and it's like they bring her into their zone. You could hear she don't belong in that zone. Like, she's a commercial rapper, and she sounds like she could be a money seller. I don't know if the dealer is shady in the scope, if they have to bring something that could make money to the table, because she has the look. You know what I mean? Now Shano now is real deal hip hop as they get. I was just talking to Marbach about Shano, but this is just one of the illest females I heard in recent times. You know what I mean? And I have a good bit of her stuff too. You know what I mean? And I was just saying, like, how times are. I don't know what the situation is set up, but I thought she would have been the first female coming out of Buffalo to the forefront. You know what I mean?
I agree. I thought so too.
And once again, Amani Caesar, they push her to the forefront because she's promoting that sexual appeal. This is this thing with hip hop again, where they probably pressured these guys into, we gotta bring something that sells, sex, and blah blah blah. But they're experimenting right now. But this is the first time I think they're using a stripper turned rapper or whatever, if she's doing both at the same time, on a DJ Premier beat.
And it was horrible. Go ahead.
Back to the 1991 meeting with Phenom. That meeting was in place in 91. So all that real shit we was getting in the 90s, that meeting was already in place. Stuff was already getting done. It's just that as human beings, we're now in evolution stage. So you start off with, you want to get better with time. Marley Marl came in with samples. All right, 1987. Rock came in with the syllable rhyming technique in '86. I invent rhymes like a scientist. You want to rhyme, you got to sign my list. So he said, let me match the syllables and then rhyme. Instead of just rhyming cat with bat. A man will say, rat pack. And he's a new jack. But the ends rhyme. But Rakim was thinking, I got to rhyme rat with something and pack with something. So we just evolving as human beings. So in the 1990s, this is the evolution stage, but the meeting was already in place to start putting our brothers and sisters in prison. So we enjoyed the music at that time, but a lot of people was getting locked up. A lot of people got more violent. So people want to say music don't influence people. It's a major influence. We are influencing. We are the voice.
Major. I guess we're feeling like we've been in one era for too long.
The other day.
And it's like, who's out of this era? Like, who's out of this era? Because it's been too damn long.
Yeah,
but too long.
No, but there's stuff in between. Kendrick Lamar is not that.
I just finished having
okay, but he only drops every now and again. You know what I'm saying? We need more.
Like
if he's gonna drop, if I need Kendrick to be followed up by J. Cole, to be followed up by, it needs to be a continued follow up so that it's not oversaturated. They're oversaturated.
You see, they damn near blackball Lupe. They damn near blackball Lupe. They was like, all right, son.
Too much.
You did some shit about how black people need to get rid of liquor stores. Nah. Message. You trying to lift your black people up. Word. They was like, chill, Lupe, you done. Now he's over here doing his judo at home, just being at peace. Like, this is what it seems like the music industry is doing to people. Either you get on the ball or they push you out. And the only way you find peace is to really just to really push away from the music industry. All the artists that I grew up with are at peace because they stopped doing music. And that tells me one thing, that the artists feel like they've lost control.
But listen, Phenom, no bullshit. I'm gonna tell you something real too. And this is why I say, all right, that's all cool in the artist's control. But what I'm trying to explain to you is some artists, they're like deliberately going to do that because that's what they think people want to hear. So they've lost the authenticity. So I was having a talk with my boy we did music back 15, 20 years ago, right? 15 years ago. So he hits me up, he says, B, this is my album. I didn't put it out. And I don't want to say who it is. That's my brother, I love him to death. But I don't know if he wants me to share this story. So I listened to the album, right? It's got a bunch of songs on, and I say, I like this song, this song, this song, this song, and this song. And he goes, really? He said, my man said he likes this, it was the complete opposite, right? And I said, nah, that's you, that's authentic, that's what I want to hear from you. He said, nah, B, but this is what the new kids are listening to. And I said, nigga, no, but I'm not going to tell you what to do with your art, it's your art. So needless to say, the album never came out. Now I'm just finding out. He's like, nah, I got to go back and do music because I was getting too wrapped up in what these niggas wanted to hear. And what people fail to realize is everybody wants to hear something different. So be you, because you will be that one that they put on and be like, nah, I want to go listen to some fucking Miss Phenom. Nah, I'm feeling in the mood to listen to Bonnie Stone today. Nah, I'm in the mood to listen to Cardi B today. No, I'm in the you know what I'm saying? It's not enough of a variety.
But for me, that still comes down to artist control. You got to be strong enough in this movement, in this game, to say but I can't put that on everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I gotta put the person in charge of their craft. Like it's
facts.
It's an easy out to say they got an agenda. They want us to do this. That's an easy out because at the end of the day, ain't nobody making no money if I don't do shit.
Facts.
Like, ain't nobody getting no money if I don't do nothing. And if every artist had that mentality, which I felt was a little bit more, like, they were a little bit more, I don't give a fuck in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, y'all ain't rocking with me.
But you know what, too, Phenom? When people start comparing themselves to other people, they get insecure, too. Because think about it.
Personal problem. Like,
no, I'm not debating that. I'm just saying I feel like we're stuck where we are because people are now have the opportunity. So Wu-Tang didn't know what Master P looked like. Master P didn't know what Wu-Tang was doing. So you just did what you did in your hood. And now that everybody's kind of fucking looking at themselves, right? They're looking at
And that's why I
themselves and they're
said
like,
a
oh,
lot
I
of
need to
bitches
compete with this
YouTube.
person, or I need to go get a Brazilian weave because that's what this person had and this person had and that person. Like, nobody want to be themselves anymore.
Things changed when things were more accessible by internet. Because
yeah, of course.
You know, so I feel that's why I said those are the main components that I feel like why we're still in this as long as we're in it, is because of the accessibility of how we get music, and how music is the last thing you want to know more about what this person is doing on their date night with the men that they
back. Right. Right.
So those are the issues. Like, it ain't nobody but the artists. And the artists gave the power to the wrong people because.
But you know what too though, Fee? But you want to know what too though? Not for nothing, because even as an artist coming back in the game, like, I'm in control of all my moves because I have the financials to do that. So a lot of these people don't. You understand what I'm trying to say? So they don't understand, like, so they look for other people to back them. And when
I can't. I would almost agree with you, but I can't, because when I was working in the city and I met Andre Harrell, RIP, and I came to him, this is when Little Mama had first came out, and this is way back then. And I came to him, I was mad nervous, I was mad shy. He was like, let me tell you something. You trying to get into this game, you moving like this, you gotta be harder than this. You gotta make sure you let people know you confident about this. He said, you see Little Mama? People pay attention to Little Mama because she had views on her own and she's out here moving. So you know what that told me? Little Mama ain't need no money like that. Little Mama just needed to just be out there, because since Soulja Boy ain't had no money when he made the beat. Soulja Boy made his own beats and money off of being on YouTube. These little not little, but those artists back then ain't have that bread. They had the means of resources of social media. So it's not even about the money. They can't even use it as an excuse. You listen to any YouTuber nowadays, they say, yo, why y'all tripping over these big corporate people? Y'all can just get on YouTube, create your own. Like, so the way life is set up, mind fuck for the artist, and that's your fault. That's the artist's fault.
No. It's definitely the artist's fault.
Even financial backing.
It's definitely the artist's fault. But listen, I'm just saying, people, I feel like because they don't have the money, because Jay, it's far beyond that. You still have to have people want to look a certain way when they come out. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these people, they are chasing the money. They do need that to present the aura that they want to present. Not everybody's comfortable in their skin to just go out there and do it.
Right.
That's the thing. Everybody don't got, a lot of people don't have that skill. A lot of people got to dress up and do fucking drugs to present themselves to the public.
That's a fact. It's almost like bringing it back to day. It's like the strip club.
Yeah.
It's shit to come and perform.
Yeah. It's like,
yo Danger,
people,
I know you a busy man. I know we held you way beyond.
Yeah, we got to let you go, brother.
Yeah, brother. I know you told me you had a whole other session. He's over here. He's about to go do a session with a wrestler, first of all.
He's a wrestler, undefeated boxer.
Boxing. Sorry, he's about to go do a session with a boxer. Like, his life, he done seen all types of people come through the studio. So, Danger, you have been awesome. Your plethora. I told Bonnie Stone, I was like, yo, he's a walking Wikipedia in the music industry. And, like, you totally are awesome, dope, and I appreciate it. Today.
Yeah, we must have you back on, sir. And you enjoy your night, brother.
Yeah. Good luck on that session, bro.
Peace.
Yo, that was a dope ass conversation with a dope ass guest. Dainjamental, thank you for coming through and dropping some knowledge and insight on the evolution of hip hop and where we're at right now. And you know what? Like I said, I make the artists take all the accountability, because we run this, and I need our artists, whether you're upcoming and you watching this, or you already in the game and you happen to stumble upon our podcast. Remember, you got the mother effing power. 50 Cent out this bitch.
But you know what though? I'm gonna leave it with this. These artists nowadays, y'all need to just be yourself. Stop trying to be everybody else and just be yourself. If you sit at home and you eat grinders and you play video games, talk that Minecraft shit. I don't know, but stop trying to beat everybody else. That's the problem what I have. There's too many vultures trying to get in the game, and they just don't have the skills. They don't have the passion, and they don't have the knowledge. So fuck up out of here, man.
That part.
Yo, can we get into our shameless plugs?
Shameless plug.
Yeah. So today, my shameless plug goes from a dope, beautiful sister. Her name is Susan Thompson. She specializes in Cocoalocs. And the locks is all about repairing different degrees of lock damage. And she promotes healthy hair growth, lock maintenance, and lock repair.
Okay.
And also what's super dope about her is because she'll travel. She'll come to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to leave your home. She will come to you and do your hair and get your locks together. You know, that's very important. But you can reach her at IG Cocoalocsbusiness. See that at the bottom. Or you can follow her on Facebook. All right, y'all? Susan Thompson. Yeah.
So my shameless plug is coming out of Buffalo, New York, and they are Creative Custom Assortments. You feel me? We got a sister out in Buffalo who's created a store that's all about customizing your products, whether it's water bottles, bags, mugs. She can embroider, she can screen print, and you can get gifts that'll make it more personal for the people you care about the most. So if you're out in Buffalo, New York, she has a store set up. You can go right in there and get what you need and hook yourself up.
You sound like one of them perm commercials and shit. Fried, dyed, laid to the side.
We about to wrap this up. You know what it is. Miss Phenom, Bonnie Stone, question the culture. The love is free. Trust and loyalty is earned. So protect your energy, people. Hey.
Yo, peace, y'all.
Stay ready so I never have to get ready. Every few weeks, got a tendency to get petty. Share friends, I done had plenty. What's love got to do if jealous ones still envy? My circle tight like Ben Wall. Even on IG, still wouldn't friend y'all. When you a big deal, the hate be so real. Some days a hot head, my neck be so chill. Came out the projects, the Ville, the B is that. Pick up the litter, I ain't talking about tidy cat. No one can tame me, game done changed up. Got the large picture, mind frame changed up for real. I be on the low, I don't talk a lot. You talk more shit than the beauty shop. We can get it poppin' like the parking lot. We can get it poppin' like the parking lot.